Hello and welcome to a video update on the Hang Seng Index. We take a look at the larger time frame chart in this video, and we want to label this chart together. We want to take a look at it from an Elliott wave point of view. It's a very interesting one. So Elliott wave is the model that we're using, and we're always looking for a 5-wave move. It indicates the trend direction, and a 5-wave pattern is a full Elliott wave sequence. So after a 5-wave move up, we typically get a 3-wave move down. The question is, where are we in this cycle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 waves down before we continue. Yeah, where are we? So we can identify structures, yeah, that kind of this model or that support this model. So we will do that now in this video. We'll start down here, obviously, at the all-time low, basically. And I can identify a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So we will now put all those labels into the correct position, yeah. So first of all, whenever we're starting to label something from an Elliott wave point of view, first of all, we need to identify the first rally and the first deeper pullback. That's typically our 1-2 setup. And then the longest element is usually the third wave. And then we try to identify 5 waves in the third wave, because we need to make sure that this is really the top of the main third wave of that cycle. And I can identify another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this means within this, I mean, normally this takes much longer, right? But we already have our wave count for the Hang Seng. I literally just want to label it with you, help you understand how this structure is built and provide some education. Now, okay, so we have waves 1, 2, and 3. That means, is this wave 4? Are we in wave 5? We could be. We could be already in wave 5, I have to say. However, it is not typical for a wave 4 to be such a sharp correction. It's just not very common, especially if the wave 2 of the same wave degree was sharp as well, and it was sharp. Okay. So with wave 2 being so sharp, it is common that wave 4 is a sideways consolidation. And what pattern would apply? There are 2 patterns that I consider. Now, the first one is a so-called flat correction. A flat correction would normally be an ABC structure. That means wave A to the downside, wave B to the upside, wave C to the downside. This is possible. However, in this pattern, ABC, the C wave should be 5 waves. I can only identify 3. Which means basically, while it's possible that the wave 4 finished here, my view is the wave 4 could still be unfolding. And the patterns that we're dealing with here rather suggest to me that we're dealing with a long triangle pattern. Another sideways consolidation pattern that often happens in a wave 4 is a triangle. Wave A, wave B, wave C, wave D, wave E. This is how a triangle pattern looks like from an Elliott wave point of view. And the wave 4 ends when the A wave is complete. Now, a triangle pattern like that, the trend lines are not so relevant, but it shows good adherence to trend lines. Here, obviously, not so much at the top. That's fine. A B wave, even a triangle, is allowed to overshoot. That's actually quite bullish and is very much in line with our bullish thesis here. Yeah, that the B wave did overshoot. Yeah, bullish thesis because we could still get this 5th wave to the upside after the triangle is complete. Now, in the triangle, the D wave now should form, however, a lower high, should not break above the B wave high, which formed around $33,060. Sorry, not dollars. Yeah, HKD. So what we're looking for here is next, potentially a corrective pullback in wave E. The standard support zone is on the chart between 16,535 and 21,427. And this would be an A, B, C, D, E pattern that could potentially play out here. Yeah. So from that point of view, we're waiting here for reaction. Yeah. First of all, for the start of the E wave, and then potentially in this area a long-term correction, which has lasted now, you could say, more than 15 years, right? Could complete. Now we could also take a look here at the slightly smaller time frames. A D wave should be an ABC structure. A, oops, B, C. Let me shift that over. A, B, C. And then obviously in the C wave, we're looking for a 5-wave move. But this then gets very much into micro counting. But my take is we could be close to completing this overall correction. Yeah, we might be in the process of maybe starting the E wave already, or it should start very, very soon. Because here, looking at the micro patterns, I can say this is a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And then we're looking at it like this, yeah? And this gives me an ABC structure in this D wave, and the E wave then could be next. Basically where this C wave could complete. We can also define targets a little bit more accuracy by taking the length of the A wave. Then we go to the low of the B wave. And wow, okay, it now reached exactly the 138% extension. I mean, that's an ideal target for a C wave. If it goes any higher, 30,348 is the next one, but it's got 5 waves in the C wave. The C wave has reached an ideal target, so I think we should all be prepared for potentially the start of the E wave soon. So that's the update on the Hang Seng Index. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.